You've got a team of 47 people. Someone is on a sick leave, 2 are on vacation, and 1 just filed for parental leave, and your manager wants you to know why your project is so behind. And you're still tracking all of it in a spreadsheet. This is exactly why you are here. You want a proper tool, and there are a lot of them out there. So in this video, I'm going through the best absence management software that's available right now, and I'm going to tell you which one is actually right for you. Not just a list, a real breakdown. And I have to be honest with you up front, I work at Vacation Tracker, so yes, I have some bias, but I also know this space inside out, and I'm going to give you the straight story on every tool, including the ones that might be a better fit for your situation than ours. So let's get into it. What actually matters when picking one? Here are the 5 things I actually look at, because most of these comparisons online just list features, and this is not helpful. First, and this is a big one, where does your team actually work? If everyone lives in Slack or Microsoft Teams all day, you want a tool that runs inside those apps, not a separate tab that nobody opens. Second, how complicated are your leave policies? Basic time off is a simple problem, but the moment you add accruals, toil, rollovers, multiple locations, different rules per country, that is a completely different level of tool you need. Third, what are you actually paying per user and what does that include? A lot of these tools look cheap until you realize the features you actually need are locked behind a higher plan and you have to pay more. Fourth, do you only need leave management or do you need a full HR platform? These are 2 very different purchases. One takes an afternoon to set up, the other takes months and is way pricier. And fifth, how fast can you get it running? Some teams need to be live this week, some have time for a proper implementation, and this all matters when you're picking the tool. All right, but let's get into the tools now. Tool number 1 is Vacation Tracker. I'm starting with us, and yes, I know how that looks, but stick with me because the reason we are first is not just bias, it's that we built this tool specifically to solve the problem I described in the beginning. Nothing else, nothing more. So Vacation Tracker lives inside Slack, Microsoft Teams, and Google Workspace. Employees request leave from wherever they already are. Managers can approve it in 1 click, and balances update automatically. And everyone can see who is out without ever opening a separate app. This setup genuinely takes about 15 minutes, if not less. And let's talk about pricing as well. There is a free plan for unlimited users. The core plan is $2 per user per month with a $50 monthly minimum, and the complete plan is $4 per user per month with a $100 minimum. There are no hidden fees and no surprise charges. And here's what's included: custom leave policies, accruals, rollovers, toil, seniority-based rules, multi-location holiday calendars, substitute approvers. The reporting is also really solid, and the support team actually responds to you, which, well, I might be biased, but I have seen the reviews. What Vacation Tracker doesn't do is payroll, performance reviews, hiring, document management. If you need all of that under one roof, Vacation Tracker is not that tool for you. It is really focused on leave management, and it does it the best. The second tool is Flamingo. Flamingo is also Slack native. It's a very small tool, very focused. And if your team is under 100 people and you all live in Slack and your leave policies are super simple, Flamingo does the job. Pricing is about $3 per user per month on the business plan and is billed as a flat monthly fee. And enterprise pricing for 100 plus users requires contacting them, and then you can figure out the price. There is no free plan, but there is a 7-day trial. And the honest limitation here is that it only works in Slack. There's no Microsoft Teams or Google Workspace integration, and the feature set is intentionally minimal. There's no toil, no hourly leave, no multi-level approvals, no seniority rules. If your team grows or your policies get complicated, you will hit the ceiling fast. But it is a good tool for what it is. Just know what that is. Tool number 3 is AttendanceBot. AttendanceBot is what you look at when absence management is only half of what you need. The other half is time tracking. It runs inside Slack and Teams and combines leave requests with a time clock, shift scheduling, and billable hours tracking. If you are running an agency or a project-based team or anyone who bills by the hour, that combination is really useful for you. It also connects to Gusto, BambooHR, and Jira, which helps you if you are already in that ecosystem. And let's talk about pricing. Standard plan is $6 per user per month, and Pro plan is $9, and the premium plan is $15. And this is all for monthly pricing. You can save 33% if you go annual. There is no free plan, but there is a 14-day trial. And where it falls short, the leave management side is not as deep as tools built only for that. Seniority rules, substitute approvers, complex policy configurations, Those are not as strong here. If your main need is leave tracking with some time tracking on the side, this might be an overkill in some ways and not enough in others. But it is the best fit for teams that genuinely need both, not just one. The fourth tool is BambooHR. BambooHR is a full HR platform. Leave management is in there, but so is performance, hiring, payroll, and benefits. It is one of the most recognized mid-market HR tools in the US, and for a good reason. The feature set is massive. There are 150 plus integrations, and the reporting is genuinely strong. The pricing starts at $10 per employee per month for the most basic features, and there are 3 plans right now: Core, Pro, and the newer Elite tier. All of them require getting a quote directly, so we don't really know how expensive it could truly get. Volume and non-profit discounts are available though. But here's the thing though, if you are watching this video because you need to sort out leave tracking, BambooHR is probably more than you need right now. The setup takes real time. You are going to pay for a lot of features you will not use, and there is no toil support, which is a gap worth knowing about. It is a right tool if you are scaling fast and need a proper HR system, but it is a wrong tool if you just want to stop using spreadsheets for leave management. The fifth tool is Timetastic. Timetastic is a clean, visual, calendar-based leave tracker. It's very popular in the UK and across Europe. And if you have ever seen those nice colorful who is out views, it's probably Timetastic. The pricing is refreshingly simple. The basic plan is $1.50 per user per month, and Pro plan is $2.50 per user per month. And both of those plans come with a 30-day free trial, but there is no free plan. There is a feature called Burnout Board, and it flags employees who have not taken enough leave, and that is a thoughtful addition and not something you see in every tool. But actually, we just recently launched something similar in Vacation Tracker, so go and check out the recharge features that we have for burnout prevention and how we're using PTO data to be really proactive about it. Check out the other videos on our channel for this. But let's continue with Timetastic. With Timetastic, Slack and Teams integrations are there, but they are not as deep as tools built natively for those platforms like Vacation Tracker. There are no multi-level approvals, no seniority rules, and if you have a complex or multi-location setup, Timetastic will feel limiting fairly quickly. But for small UK or European business that wants something clean and affordable with a solid compliance basics, it works really well. The sixth tool on the list is Calamari. Calamari takes a modular approach. You are not buying one fixed product, instead you are picking what you need. Time off tracking, time and attendance, core HR documents, and you can mix and match those. The time off module runs at $2 per user per month on an annual billing or $2.50 if you pay monthly. Time and attendance adds $2.50 to $3 on top of that. And Core HR module adds another $2. And there's also a 14-day free trial available. It connects well with Slack and Teams and also Google Workspace, Jira and Asana. The clock in and out works smoothly. The timesheet and project time tracking are included if you need them. But the honest downside is the interface. Once you stack a few modules, it gets busier than a tool built only for leave tracking. And there are some caps. No blackout periods, no probation period controls, and some advanced policy options are still missing. But it is a good fit for remote first teams or agencies that need both attendance and leave in one place and want to only pay for what they use. The seventh tool on the list is Factorial. Factorial is pretty big in Europe, and there is a clear reason for that. If you're dealing with EU labor laws, local compliance requirements, or a workforce that's spread across multiple European countries, Factorial was built with that in mind. That is a real advantage over a lot of US-centric tools. And beyond leave tracking, it covers time tracking, payroll, performance reviews, expense management, shift management, document storage, and it is a full HR platform with 90 plus integrations and tailored plans starting from $8 per user per month. If you only need leave management though, this is going to feel like too much. The interface is more complex than a focused leave management tool. There is no toil support, no seniority rules or role-based entitlements, and you will be paying for a lot of HR infrastructure you might not actually need. It's best for European SMBs that are ready to centralize their HR properly, but it's not a good match if leave tracking is the only problem you're trying to solve right now. The eighth tool on the list is Rippling. Rippling is not really HR software. It is a workforce operating system. HR, IT, and finance, it's all automated and connected to it. There's also device management, app provisioning, global payroll, expense management, 600 plus integrations. So if that sounds like a lot, it actually is. And that is kind of the point of Rippling. The pricing is not transparent at all. You will need to contact them to get any type of price. And that is one of the genuine frustrations people have with Rippling. You cannot just go online and see what it costs. For a mid-sized company that is scaling fast and wants to automate the whole workforce layer, not just HR, Rippling is genuinely impressive. The automation across HR, IT, and finance is exceptional. But if you are here because you need to get leave tracking sorted, Rippling is like hiring a full kitchen brigade because you need someone to make a toast. It's absolutely the wrong scope for the problem. Number 9, Deel. Deel is the tool you look at when your problem is not leave tracking and it is hiring and paying people across multiple countries compliantly. That is a completely different problem and Deel is genuinely excellent at it. Their core HR platform, which includes time off, starts at $5 per employee per month. But if you want to actually hire globally, the costs go up significantly. Employer of record service starts at $499 per employee per month and full HR solution is about $56. And contractor management is from $49 per contractor. If you're building a distributed team across many countries and need someone to handle the legal complexity, Deel does that. It replaces what would otherwise be a network of local employment lawyers and HR consultants in each country. For everything else on this list, leave management is the main event. In Deel, leave management is a side dish. There is no Teams integration, Slack support is limited, and it is just not built for that use case as a priority. If you are hiring globally, absolutely worth looking at. If you're not, completely wrong tool. Number 10, HiBob. HiBob is what modern HR software looks like. It is built for mid-sized companies, usually in a tech and SaaS space, that want serious people analytics alongside the usual HR functions. And if you have ever opened a legacy HR system and felt like you were using a software from 2009, HiBob is the reaction to that. Pricing is custom, so you will not find numbers on the website. It is not cheap and it's not transparent. But what you get with the tool is excellent people analytics, compensation management, performance cycles, learning management, and the rich integrations ecosystem. And it does feel genuinely modern. The employee experience is pretty good. The catch is that for smaller teams or teams that only need leave management, the complexity and cost are hard to justify. Leave is one module among many. The Slack and Teams connections exist, but the leave workflow is not as fluid as tools built only for that. And the implementation costs add up really fast. It is a right tool for a 200-person tech company that wants to professionalize HR properly, but not the right entry point if leave is your only headache. Okay, quick fire. These tools did not make the top 10, but they are worth knowing about depending on your situation. Gusto, full US payroll with leave built in. Great for US startups and contractor heavy teams. If leave is your main need, you are overpaying. Zoho People, full HRIS, very affordable, free for up to 5 users. Good if you are already in the Zoho ecosystem, but the setup is more involved than it looks. Connecteam, built for deskless workers, construction, retail, food, and beverage. It's free for up to 10 users. It has strong scheduling and shift management. Clockify, primarily a time tracker. Leave management is an add-on, it has a free plan, and is best for freelancers and agencies. It's not deep on the leave side though. Day-off, free for teams under 11. It offers simple leave tracking across Slack, Teams, and Google Calendar. Good starting point for very small teams with zero budget. Jibble combines time tracking, GPS attendance, and basic leave. Good for field-based teams, but leave is not the main event here. LeaveBoard, free for up to 9 users, then $1.35 per user per month. It has simple leave tracking and basic HR features. It's good for cost-focused small businesses. Charlie HR, it's a flat free HR platform built for UK SMBs. It's good for UK compliance, but not really great for global businesses. BrightHR, full HR and health and safety for UK small businesses. It's solid for what it does, but expensive if you are not in the UK. Buddy Punch, hourly workforces, shift workers, construction, field teams, GPS tracking, geofencing, kiosk punching, and strong payroll integrations. actiPLANS, leave management plus shift assignment and activity planning. It's good for dispersed teams in hospitality and manufacturing, but it has limited integrations. Absence.io, European focused, modular, leave personal files, time tracking expenses. It's worth to look for European startups. So how to actually pick one? Alright, here is how I would actually make this decision. Your whole team uses Slack or Teams and you want leave tracking to live inside those tools, start with Vacation Tracker. If you're tiny and Slack only with simple policies, Flamingo also works. On a really tight budget, day-off is a worth a look. If you need both time tracking and leave management in one tool, take a look at AttendanceBot, Calamari, Clockify, or Jibble. Which one depends on whether you need shift scheduling, GPS tracking, or project time billing. If you are a growing SMB that needs a real HR platform, not just leave tracking, BambooHR is the most polished one. Zoho People is the most affordable one, and Factorial is the best option if EU compliance is a priority. If you are mid-market or enterprise and need HR, IT, and finance all connected, it's either Rippling or HiBob. If you are hiring people in multiple countries and need to do it compliantly, Deel is your tool. Nothing else on this list does that at the same level. And if you are UK-focused small business, it's either Charlie HR or BrightHR. If budget is the main constraint, take a look at day-off, LeaveBoard, and also vacation tracker. All of these have free plans for small teams, with vacation tracker being the only one that allows unlimited team sizes on the free plan. If you manage shift workers or a deskless workforce, BuddyPunch, Connecteam, or Jibble are your tools. That is the full breakdown. There is no universally best tool here. The right one depends on your team size, how complex your leave policies are, what other software you already use, and what are you willing to pay. If you want my honest recommendation, for most small to mid-sized teams, try Vacation Tracker first. It is focused, it is affordable, it lives where your team already works, and the setup is so fast. Over 3,000 teams globally use it, and yes, I work there, but I also genuinely believe it is the right starting point for most of you watching this. If that does not fit your situation, go back to the decision guide and pick the one that does. Every tool on this list has a free trial, so you can try before you pay. If this helped, drop a comment with the tool you went with and why. I do read them. See you in the next one. Bye!